Today, chocolate is everywhere. Candy bars, cakes, ice cream, hot cocoa. But thousands of years ago, chocolate wasn't sweet at all. In fact, it was bitter, spicy, frothy, and sometimes mixed with chili peppers. And only warriors, rulers, and elites were allowed to drink it. So how did this ancient ceremonial drink become one of the world's biggest comfort foods? The answer involves empires, war, money, colonization, industrial machines, and a massive sugar addiction. Chocolate begins with cacao. The cacao tree originally grew deep in the tropical rainforests of Central and South America. Long before Europeans discovered chocolate, ancient civilizations like the Olmecs, Mayans, and Aztecs were already using cacao thousands of years ago. But they didn't eat chocolate bars. Instead, they crushed cacao beans into a paste and mixed it with water to create a dark, bitter drink. Sometimes they added chili peppers, cornmeal, herbs, flowers, spices. The drink was often poured back and forth between containers to create a thick foam on top, because foam symbolized luxury and power. And chocolate wasn't considered a dessert. It was considered sacred. The Aztecs valued cacao so highly that cacao beans were actually used as money. You could literally buy goods with chocolate beans. Historical records suggest people traded cacao for food, clothing, and supplies. But drinking chocolate itself was mostly reserved for elites. Rulers, priests, nobles, warriors. Aztec Emperor Montezuma reportedly drank enormous amounts of cacao daily. Some stories claimed he believed it increased strength and energy. Warriors often consumed cacao before battles because it was viewed as powerful fuel for the body. And honestly, there may have been some truth to that. Cacao naturally contains stimulants like caffeine and theobromine, which can boost alertness and energy. So before chocolate became comfort food, it was closer to an ancient energy drink. Everything changed when Europeans encountered cacao during colonization. When chocolate first arrived in Europe, many people hated it. Why? Because traditional cacao drinks were extremely bitter. But then something revolutionary happened. Europeans started adding sugar, lots of it. Suddenly, chocolate became smoother, sweeter, and more appealing to wealthy European elites. Soon, chocolate houses began appearing across cities like London and Paris. They became social gathering spots for aristocrats, politicians, and businessmen. But chocolate was still expensive, very expensive. For centuries, it remained a luxury product only the wealthy could afford. And behind that growing demand was a darker reality. Large-scale sugar and cacao production became deeply tied to colonial exploitation and forced labor. Chocolate's global rise came with a massive human cost. For most of history, chocolate was still mainly consumed as a drink. Then the Industrial Revolution changed everything. In the 1800s, inventors created machines that could process cacao faster and more efficiently than ever before. One breakthrough separated cocoa butter from cacao solids. That allowed chocolatiers to create smoother textures and solid forms. Soon, companies began experimenting with milk chocolate, molded bars, filled candies, mass production, and suddenly chocolate transformed from an elite drink into an affordable snack for ordinary people. Brands exploded across Europe and America. Chocolate bars became portable, cheap, addictive, and heavily marketed. By the early 1900s, chocolate had officially become candy. Chocolate didn't just become popular because it tasted good. Science suggests it affects the brain in powerful ways. Chocolate contains compounds linked to pleasure and mood, including sugar, caffeine, theobromine. And because chocolate melts near body temperature, it creates an incredibly smooth sensory experience in your mouth. Food scientists know this texture triggers comfort and reward responses in the brain. That's part of why chocolate feels emotionally satisfying. Modern candy companies spent decades perfecting this formula. Sweetness plus fat plus texture plus aroma plus nostalgia. The result? One of the most psychologically irresistible foods on Earth. Today, chocolate is a global industry worth billions. From luxury truffles to gas station candy bars, chocolate exists almost everywhere. But recently, many people have become more interested in where chocolate actually comes from. Discussions about ethical sourcing, fair trade labor conditions, sustainability have become a major part of the chocolate industry. At the same time, artisanal chocolate makers are trying to reconnect people with cacao's original complex flavors, including the bitter notes ancient civilizations once valued. In a strange way, chocolate may be coming full circle. So the next time you unwrap a chocolate bar, Remember, you're eating the modern version of a drink once reserved for emperors and warriors, a food so valuable it was used as currency, and a flavor that traveled from ancient jungles to royal courts to convenience stores around the world. Chocolate didn't just become candy, it became history you can taste. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to Food Curiosity Lab for more hidden food history, strange culinary science, and fascinating stories behind the foods we eat every day.